Help me reach 4,000 subscribers. Support the video with a like and share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Thank you. I never imagined a simple weekend at the lake would turn into a storm I had meticulously prepared for. My name is Ethan, 38, and I've been married to Clara for 12 years. Most people assume long marriages settle into comfort, but sometimes comfort masks betrayal. I noticed Clara had grown distant recently. Quiet in ways that didn't just hint at trouble, they shouted it. But I had no proof until last month when I found the messages. Messages meant for someone else, a man named Ryan. It's strange how shock works. It doesn't always hit immediately. When I first saw the texts, my chest tightened, my stomach twisted, yet my hands stayed calm. Clara had no clue I had seen anything, and I smiled at her as if everything were normal. But inside, a fire was quietly igniting. I needed answers, and answers required action. I thought about our summers at the lake house, the place that always felt like ours. I remembered laughing with her on the dock, rods in hand, kids running freely, full of life. That memory turned cold when I realized she had already brought Ryan there, without hesitation. The thought of them laughing, drinking, pretending our sanctuary was theirs, fueled a plan in my mind, calculated, precise, and silent. I spent weeks preparing, invisible to everyone. I reached out to Jessica, Ryan's wife. At first, she didn't believe me. Why would someone go so far? But once I showed her what I discovered, she agreed. She would bring their 3 kids to the lake, act natural, and witness the chaos unfold, not for revenge, but for the perfect exposure. The weekend arrived. I stayed quiet, pretending to be absorbed in work. But every glance at Clara carried weight. She was nervous, trying to mask it. Her laughter was too loud, her smiles forced. She had no idea I knew, and I didn't have to say a word. That evening, Ryan arrived first, carrying a bottle of wine. Clara's eyes sparkled, a mix of excitement and mischief. They spent a few minutes alone, walking along the dock, whispering and laughing. My heart raced, not with rage, but anticipation. I slipped into the shadows, watching carefully. Then came the sound of a car pulling up. Clara didn't notice at first. I had positioned myself perfectly to see the reactions. Jessica and the kids stepped out, laughter spilling over the dock. Clara froze, her mouth open, no words escaping. Ryan turned toward the commotion, and the world slowed. The man she thought she could hide from realized immediately what was happening. His eyes widened. He tried to mask his shock with casual words, but Jessica's calm gaze didn't falter. The children ran toward him, calling his name. Innocent voices delivering the truth. Clara stepped forward, understanding the setup, but it was too late. Every lie, every secret smile, every hidden message replayed in her mind. I stayed back, calm. No shouting, no theatrics. The goal was clarity, exposure, undeniable proof. Watching her stumble, fumbling explanations, trying to regain control, it was quiet justice. And yet, even as I watched, a strange mix of satisfaction and sadness settled over me. 12 years of memories, promises, and laughter were unraveling. Not through chaos, but truth. Lies have weight, and eventually, they collapse under their own gravity. As Ryan and Clara tried to talk, fumbling under the weight of exposure, I saw her frantic calculations, desperate attempts to regain composure. But the moment had passed. Every move she made collided with innocence, children laughing, Jessica's composed presence, and my quiet observation. This was exactly the effect I had anticipated. The storm had arrived, not loud, not angry, but inevitable. The night grew cold. Moonlight reflected off the still water like shattered glass. Clara turned toward me, her expression a mix of disbelief and panic. For a split second, pity almost flickered, but only almost. 12 years of subtle betrayals, distance, and deceit had hardened me. This moment wasn't about anger. It was about closure, reclaiming what had always been mine, and exposing what had never belonged to her. Ryan stammered, trying to explain, his casual charm from the texts evaporating under reality. Jessica spoke calmly, firmly, leaving no room for excuses. "Now you do," she said. The children, oblivious to adult tension, played along the shoreline. Their laughter was sharper than confrontation. Clara flinched, as if it were a mirror showing her consequences. She opened her mouth, but no words came. Every argument rehearsed and her mind crumbled before reality. I remained silent, letting the moment stretch, no threats, no anger. The setup had spoken for itself. The contrast was perfect. The woman who schemed in secret had brought her lover into my world, now confronted by the life and loyalty she had ignored. And I, standing apart, felt calm. After minutes that felt like hours, Ryan tried to salvage dignity. "Ethan, I didn't know." His words trailed off, panic and embarrassment on full display. Jessica's response was simple, measured, final. "Now you do." Clara looked at me, searching for a reaction, but I offered none. A strange satisfaction came from the quiet power of truth. The weekend, tainted by betrayal, became a stage for exposure. Walking toward the house, memories of 12 years played in my mind. The laughter, tenderness, and fleeting joy. None of it had prepared me for this moment of revelation. And yet, there was liberation. No screaming, no destruction, only undeniable acknowledgement of reality. Later, I sat on the porch, watching the moonlit lake shimmer. The air was crisp, carrying consequences and truth. Clara retreated to the house, tense and unsure. Ryan left quietly, children safe with Jessica. I realized, revenge doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes it is quiet, precise, undeniable. It's in the contrast of expectation and reality. My plan wasn't humiliation, it was clarity, proof that betrayal has consequences. By the time I went to sleep, I felt a calm I hadn't in years. Not anger, not triumph, not joy, but steady understanding. I had reclaimed my power. The lake, once a symbol of comfort, now reminded me that truth finds its way, deception meets daylight, and loyalty ignored eventually collides with reality. As I drifted asleep, I knew the aftermath would be awkward and tense, but it didn't matter. For the first time in years, I was untethered from lies, free from betrayal, and awake to the power of quiet, perfect justice.